Here with Coach Muz and Hafiz of the under-14s. Boys, you want to sum that up for us, please?
Yep, so had another friendly game today. We won 8-0. Jeffrey got 1, Sammy got 3. The new boy Adina got 2. Yeah, got 2. Jordi got 1. Yeah, and Yusuf, good header.
So, how was that performance?
First half we were woeful. I think we were 4-0 up. Yeah, first half. I told the kids during the half-time team talk that your score does not reflect your performance at all. Like when you set a standard and a certain style of quality, you need to maintain that. And if I'm being honest with you, I wasn't impressed with today's game. And I told the kids at the end, I hope they don't take too much from it. They should at the same time, but it is what it is. I hate to be that guy, but it is what it is.
So what changed? Because I think they've been performing pretty consistently throughout pre-season. Obviously the last couple of pre-season fixtures they've had as well. So is it just an off day?
I don't know. I don't know why we're so downbeat about the performance. The boys are just gonna beat what's in front of them. You can't. If you're expecting a performance like they played like 3 weeks ago, it's not gonna happen every week. It's not gonna happen. It doesn't happen at the top level. It doesn't happen at the grassroots level. I think we need to be encouraged. We need to encourage the boys. I think me and Hafiz will agree to disagree on this. I thought the boys played pretty well second half. If you go back to our philosophy, we pressed, kept the ball, and position-wise we're pretty good. Fullbacks got up the pitch, strikers did their job. So I was pretty happy with that performance. But obviously everyone sees the game in a different way. I just think it's more important just to think the boys won the cup last season. They came a long way, and we just got to keep encouraging these boys to keep playing their football, because if we don't, then it's going to go down. I don't know, do you feel differently about that?
Personally, I feel like if we played a well-drilled team today, we would have got caught out. And the whole point of this whole thing with coaching these kids is that we want to drill that mentality into them, where we will be ruthless, but we've got to play a certain way. I do understand that we won, and we won by a huge margin, but the team that we played weren't that great. And I do understand that, look, in football you can only play what's in front of you and stuff, but as I said earlier, when you set that standard, you've got to maintain that standard, and anything below that it's not on.
Alright, thank you lads. Here with Coach Adam of the under-12s. Adam, you mind taking us through today, please?
Yeah, positive result, won 7-0. Asad got 4, Usaid got 1, Benny got 1, and Kieran got 1. Plenty of positives to take out of it. You can see the performance is getting better as the weeks go on. Still a lot to work on though. Seems like we're rushing a lot on the ball. We can be a lot more composed with the space that we have. The new sort of shape that we're trying to play with is working quite well. Wingbacks did a really good job today, and their sort of outlet coming when we're trying to play out from the back. We pressed high really well, but a couple of our goals came from us pressing high, so that's what we like to see. But yeah, like I said, yeah, still a work in progress. Still trying to implement a lot the way we're trying to play. It only comes with time. So yeah, good day overall.
Brilliant, thank you. Here with Coach Ethan of the under-10s. Ethan, do you mind taking us through today, please?
Yeah, so we won 7-0. Om got hat-trick, Huzaifa had 1, Renes had 1, and Isakara had 2. I think that's right. So yeah, we got off really quickly. Took us a while to get the first goal, but you can see straight from the goal that they really got into their flow. We started passing the ball was on the ground, 1-2 touch, really easy stuff. I mean, to be fair, the competition wasn't all that, but we done what we had to do. And yeah, a few things to work on is just the finishing. We could have had a lot more goals, but I mean, everyone saw that they're starting to play football again, and they should be playing. I think, to be honest, it was just the time that they had off. They got a bit lazy, got a bit, just wasn't used to it, but I think they're back in flow now.
You had a few new players coming to your squad today.
Yeah.
How do you think they fared?
I think they were really well. I was really impressed with the same. Held it at the back with Adam Putney. Isakara Isakak's done really well as well. And who else was there? Abdullah held it down as well on the left. So hopefully they're gonna continue playing for my team, and they're good additions.
Brilliant, thank you. Here with the coaches of the under-9s, Coach Pele, Coach Oli. You mind taking us through the game today, please?
It's 1-0 win. If I got the winner. Not the best performance. It's extremely scrappy game. It's very few periods of the game where there's good football, but some impressive players. I mean, Zakaria coming before his first game today, and I thought it was quite impressive. If done well enough to an extent, and but just a case of just getting that football right. The passing wasn't.
That's dope!
Yeah, the pass wasn't great, but it's a good start.
Yeah, there were both positives and negatives to the game. Obviously, it was very scrappy. We just saw our passing out, positioning, receiving, just basic stuff that we still have to work on. That's our job that we're going to work with. Positives, Zach in the middle was very good. He could drive with the ball. He was a good, tough tackler for his size as well. Rafai found his position. It's simple for him, just stay up there and wait for the ball to get to you, and we just have to supply him because he's going to finish the goal today. Just crisp finish. Yeah, so we'll take the positive, but a lot of negatives to work on. And bearing in mind it's only the second game, we have a lot of work to do.
Thank you, boys. Here with the coaches of the under-8s. Boys, you mind taking us through the game, please?
So the score was 3-1 and the goal scorer was Yahya. And I think positives of the game, I thought we tried to play up from the back regardless of how ineffective it was at times. The opposition were a physical team, they pressed us quite nicely. It was a struggle to play out, but our boys kept going. They tried to play the way we've coached them to play, and I give them credit for that.
To be honest, I wasn't really happy with the performance. I think the first half we didn't play in there. I think we were in their half a handful of times, if that, just struggling to get the ball up there. First half, that was basically it. We just didn't have any opportunities at all. Second half, we had a talk with the boys at half time, and yeah, we were getting the ball up there, but then the boys just weren't finishing. It was like they just wanted to keep the ball with them. They were getting up there, but just weren't finishing. So to be honest with you, I wasn't that happy. It's things we can work on.
But again, we can't fault them for something we haven't coached them.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I'm judging them. I'm judging their performance based on what we've coached them.
Yeah,
to do
but
so
I've
far.
seen better from the boys. Yeah, over the past 3 weeks, like previously, I've seen better and I expect better from them than what we saw today.
Definitely.
But it is what
I
it
agree
is,
with you.
and
On to next week.
I think this is the only loss we had today at r77 today, right?
Yeah.
But it needs to happen for us to identify the weaknesses and then work on them. So just carry on with it.
Thank you, boys. Here with the gaffer, Coach Rudy. The end of the final pre-season fixture. Season starts next week. Let's sum up today for us, please.
I don't know. It's been a bit of a hot, cold one, I think. I've had the luxury of sitting here and listening to everyone speak, so for the first time I think I'm at an advantage, because normally I actually pay attention. I only listen to it afterwards, so I don't actually know what everyone says, so I just review it myself. So I don't know if I should be cautious and say the right things, be politically correct, or speak from my heart. What do you think, Coach Mo?
No, you're never politically correct, so no,
This
just
is very
go for
true.
it.
Let's
Be
start
yourself.
off-
Be yourself.
Let's start off with under 8s. We'll go upwards. They lost. They know they lost. They're gonna lose games this season. Let's not get things twisted. They ain't got that one magical player. I think they still got to create him. They either got to create a machine and create an animal, or they got to find an animal from a big squad that they've got already. Because they're missing something. The other teams, they've got a player that I don't say we're overly reliant on, but he can take the game by the scruff of his neck, and the H just don't have that player yet. So to try and build a team ethos and to judge it 2 games later, I think it's impossible. So right now they're just lacking that one player potentially, or they're just not played as a team long enough. So I'm not going to be too harsh on them. They lost the game and it doesn't matter. Coach Aswat says they were trying to play out from the back. Coach Bills disagrees and says they could be better. I think they're both right in their opinion. So they just got to knuckle down on the training ground and and get on with it. Under 9s, man, what the hell was that? Now look, people think that we're like some sort of army out here, and to an extent we are. Yeah, we are quite expecting of what we want as a football club, and that is not it. That is anti-football, anti-r77 philosophy, anti-everything. It was like a game of, what's it called? Ping pong, what's it called?
Pinball.
Pinball. No, but the other game, you know, the one where you have that 100 balls and the balls are just doing all sorts of mad stuff. That's what that game was. It was atrocious. It was so bad. So when you're looking at it from a pre-season perspective, it was terrible. There's some players in there that shouldn't play football. They go do another sport. I said this about under 11s last year, and I'm saying it again now. It's just bad. Like, you know, sometimes when you find a player, you know what, I got something to work with. Then you feel okay with it. But like the under 8s, for example, you know you got something to work with. The under 9s, 7 aside, some of them should have even played 2-a-side football. It's bad. It's bad. But whatever. That's up to the coaches to decide. You understand? I've given them the freedom. This is the problem. I give coaches the freedom, and then when I go to watch, I expect something, and I don't get it. I don't like that. But yeah, right. It's only 2 games in. Let's see. Rafael I thought was good, and I thought Zach in the middle. I thought Zach at left back and Zach in the middle, both of them. I thought they were very, very good. And David was good as well. So there is something there, but there's a few players there that should be there. Under 10s. Yeah, under 10s look like under 10s again. We were harsh on them a couple of weeks ago, and we said that if they continue to go that way, they're going to be the worst team at the club. But they're not. Ethan's done a great job, and this is what I mean. This is what I meant in that vlog. Ethan is manager of the year. He's won coach of the year previously. He's quality. He's a very, 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 very good coach. When he starts getting them ticking, they're going to be a force again. I can see that champion. I can see that title again, and he's got good recruits. Hussein coming, done a good job. Issa Kech he's learning, but he's learning with the right kind of players. So he's not going to get starts every week, but he's going to learn the game very, very well. Looks like his normal self. Issa Kara, but they will look good with Mace. And I thought a special mention for Huzaifa Dalal was, I thought he was on it at one point. He was very, very good. So yeah, I mean, you know, 7 goals. They could have scored more, like Ethan said, but we'll take it out. We just sidebar. Is anyone going to use this power play or what? Like, they've got this stupid rule, and no one wants to use it. You got to phone them down, mate. You got option to bring a person on. Who's refereeing this, or who's policing it? Because it's a pointless rule. FA saw shambles of a rule. But yeah, going back under 12s, 7-0 as well. Under 12s, they got a coach, Polly. They're gonna tick. They're gonna be a well-drilled machine. If they play anything like he was as a player, then you know what you're gonna get with him. He's a captain, he's a leader, and you're gonna get that from that team. They're gonna be well drilled, you know, to get the job done. I heard Ivan Assad wasn't taking 5, 6, 7, 8 touches. So yeah, they got the right coach to take them to the next level. And then 14s. Now let's discuss this. Yeah, I had them for pre-season. You're right. I think every coach agrees. This is not my words. Every coach agrees that they have a brand of football, and it's exciting. And everyone was excited 3 weeks ago when they watched them. And today was boring. That performance, for me, I'm with Coach Hafiz on this. You got a standard. You set your standard high. And I think every team across the board, all 6 teams, we set our standards to a certain place, and they're all high. And when you go to watch the game, you either build yourself to the standard or you get to the standard. But when you get to the standard, what do? Once you're champions, what do? Do you finish 5th the next season? No, you don't. You want to finish top all the time. But just because you won a cup last season, you weren't great last season. You were poor. I hated watching you. That's why I didn't come to watch the games. I used to watch the 12s instead. Today I came to watch the 14s because, okay, part of it is because I worked with them. But I wanted to see if because they're a good footballing team. You cannot go from being a good footballing team to that pile of trash in a space of 2 weeks. It's impossible. You got top quality players sitting on the bench. You got, what does Omari need to do to start? Now I'm going to ask the question for him. What does he need to do to start a game of football? Because I've been banging on about this. He needs to start. He needs to be playing. So make space for him. Because he's that good. You got the most technically gifted player at the club in Ryan. We just recruited him back. He spent half the game on the bench. Fine, Riley played the first half in goal, which was because we didn't have a keeper. And then the second half, you take him off. I don't get it. I don't get what they're doing over there. Because both of them seem to disagree with everything. One's got one way of doing it, the other one's happy with the performance. If you're happy with that performance, nah, sorry, I'm not accepting of it. That performance was terrible. I don't care if you scored 8 goals. You played against trash. Yeah, and they played better. So let me say that again. You played against trash. They weren't that good. And they played better than you. They put the ball on the floor, they tried. So I would have been happier being Ola's book manager than being r77 manager today. Because they tried. But they've got the manuals there for them. 9, almost 10,000 people have seen how they play. And if 10,000 people came to watch them play today, they would be like, yeah, you're joking. That's not how they play. They may train like that, but they don't play football the way that we're watching. So it needs to be sorted out. It's a bit of a mixed one. We conceded 3 goals today over the course of 6 games, or 5 games. And we scored a hell of a lot. I can't even do the maths. So we should be quite happy as a club. But we did say, and Coach Mo's there to agree with me, that we're going to take performance first this year. The results will come if the performance is right. But today I felt only the under-10s played to, and under-12 we didn't see, but only those 2 played to the r77 criteria. The rest, not good enough. So on we go. Let the season begin.
Thank you.